inside story of the Republican Party during a transformative period in political history. A new book, Renegade, Defending Democracy and Liberty in Our Divided Country. Author and former Illinois Congressman Adam Kinzinger recounts the January 6th insurrection on the U.S. Capitol and what came next for his political career. Adam Kinzinger joins us now to discuss the book out today. Congressman, it's like you're home.
It is. It's good to be with you. Thanks for having me.
I know the book. It's actually out today. I read it already, and so lots to talk about. You write that politics is playing three-dimensional chess at all levels, state, local, national. And while both parties draw districts so that they can win the races, you actually say, the point is actually not winning the game. It's about winning power. Curious as to your processing on that point.
Yeah, I mean, it's, what I've come to notice is I feel like when I got into politics, or maybe even when I was younger looking at politics, the idea was we need to go out and convince people a viewpoint, because ultimately the goal is to achieve, some set of principles, some policy. And what it seemed to me is over the last few years, and I think a lot of Americans, it's all about just winning. And that's where you see a lot of the rage that's happening. Rage all over is about raising money. If you get people hooked on that dopamine hit, you can make money. So it's become about power, and particularly in the Republican Party, and less about principle. It makes me a little sad as a, initially pretty proud Republican.
Well, and you say gaining the power means it's about advancing your ideas, blocking the other parties. All we have to do is look at today's headlines. So new Speaker Mike Johnson already is letting folks know that his plan is to block aid for Ukraine, have aid for Israel, but tying it to essentially a defunding of the IRS for over $14 billion. Is that what you mean by power over winning?
Yeah, because all that is a messaging bill. Let's think about this. The idea that you're going to take away $14 billion from the IRS and somehow still allow the enforcement of the tax code is insane. And they know that. What that is now, they can go on certain news channels, national news channels, and say, look, we're defunding this evil FBI or evil IRS that nobody likes, and we're going to do that to pay for this one bill that everybody likes. And the truth is, that's never going to become law. They know it, and it's all about a starting position. And I can tell you, it's this idea of, go after the other side is the whole reason that there are pro-Russian elements, I think, in the GOP, is because they want to be different and extreme and intense. And unfortunately, that's currency in today's politics.
By the way, just a quick response. What is your thought about Mike Johnson as the new speaker? Did you have to Google him too, like everybody else, or did you know the guy?
I knew the guy from my time, but I'll tell you, I had to remember that he came up to me trying to get me to sign the Texas lawsuit against states like Wisconsin for voting out, to try to throw out their votes in the 2020 election. I just looked at him. I'm like, Mike, obviously you don't know me very well if you think I'm going to sign this thing. So look, he presents well, but he's certainly an insurrectionist, has made that clear.
We get a lot of history in the book, your time in the military as a fighter pilot, which you make the point, by the way, was not propelled by 9/11. You were actually already on your way into the military 9 months earlier. But let me ask you about your entering politics. You were propelled by the vision of Ronald Reagan, the notion of, being on the Hill, the happy party on the Hill. And yet that was getting replaced by Trump's only I can fix it. Sort of curious, as we see Mike Pence leave the race now, he's more of the Reagan Republican. We see what's replacing him. What's your thought about where things stand? And are there any candidates up there running for president that you can stand behind now, given what propelled you into politics?
Well, within the Republican Party, somebody like a Chris Christie, because he's telling the truth. Nikki Haley seems to be consolidating some support. I like her view of foreign policy. I'm disappointed that she seems to have kind of stood behind Donald Trump and defended him, and really this attempted coup, which I think is a really big issue. So where's the party at now? I mean, I feel like I call myself a Republican still. I feel like a homeless Republican, because this party, I don't know what it stands for. And I think, unfortunately, it's going to have to lose some races before they recognize the damage they've done. I look at 2024 very simply. It is a vote based on, do you support democracy or do you support this kind of roll into authoritarianism? And I think this is one of the most important ways we can look at this vote coming up.
You've got a bunch of chapters. I'm going to combine a few things here. You talk about Crazy Town in Chapter 7, which is your reference to Congress from years ago, thinking it might back off and go away. You talk about those Trump zombies who exist right now, like Roger Stone, John Eastman. But basically, you say, Pete, the general people out there, they're good people. They're not really propelled by anything evil. Is this anything you see changing relatively soon? Because certainly Tea Party philosophy becoming Freedom Caucus, that didn't go away when you thought it might.
Well, no, it didn't. And, throughout this whole process, I thought there was always going to be a moment, and particularly on January 6th, for goodness sake, that we'd wake up and say, okay, this has gone too far. But I still believe, it may not be 2024 because we're kind of up against the same candidates, the same arguments. 28, you think about, there'll be all new candidates on the GOP, all new candidates on the Democrats. It'll be a new generation. And I think there'll be a lot of new ideas. I think that can change some things, but I think we have to try to just, first off, take the weight of the world that we all carry, take that off our shoulders so that you can stay engaged and don't get discouraged, but just recognize this country is too important to fight for. My kid now is 2 years old. You may hear him crying in the background. I cannot be part of the first generation of Americans that leave him a country worse off than the one we inherited. And that's important when you think about Thanksgiving and the fact that you don't always have to argue with your relatives at the table.
I have to remember that part. First of all, congratulations on the book. The book goes on to talk about the fact that maybe you'll run again one day, maybe not. It's not important to you. Family is. But people should check out your effort now, which is called Country First, which I know is very important to you. You need to come back so we can talk more about that.
I'd love to. Thanks for having me.
All right. Former Congressman Adam Kinzinger, his book, Renegade, Defending Democracy and Liberty in Our Divided Country. It's out now. Check out the event at Reva and David Logan Center for the Arts on Sunday, November 5th at chicagohumanities.org. Thanks, Adam.
You bet.
And join me Sundays at 9 a.m. for WGN TV Political Report right here on WGN. We'll be back with more news in a moment.